coaches, and other personnel who have made exceptional contributions to Kansas City Royals baseball. The first inductees were outfielder Amos Otis and pitcher Steve Busby. Since then, they've been joined by this great group, as well as Royals founders Ewing and Muriel Kaufman, second baseman Cookie Rojas, designated hitter Hal McRae, shortstop Fred Patek, pitcher Larry Gura, second baseman Frank White, manager Whitey Herzog, center fielder Willie Wilson, and pitcher Brent Sabre. The 2015 Royals Hall of Fame balloting was conducted last January and included the votes of current Royals Hall of Fame members, selected members of the media, Royals Club officials, and Royals fans. To be elected, a candidate must appear on at least 75% of all ballots cast. Tonight, we induct the 26th member of the Royals Hall of Fame. Please welcome a great player and an even greater human being, Mike Sweeney.
To speak on behalf of the entire Royals organization, please welcome Royals owner and chairman of the board, Mr. David Glass.
Thank you, Ryan. In 1991, the Royals drafted Mike Sweeney in the 10th round, shortly after he helped lead his high school team to the state championship. Mike made a difference with the Royals from the very beginning. His numbers speak for themselves. He holds several Royals records. He is ranks high in all the offensive categories, but he brought a lot more to this organization than just that. Indication of that early on was as he went through the Royals minor leagues. I'll give you Wilmington as an example. People today still talk about Mike and the contributions he made to that community. That's a legacy that lives well beyond the baseball numbers that he created. But he's not just about the numbers. His work with the hospitals, with the Boys and Girls Club, with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, live on forever. We're honored today to have Mike, who has demonstrated absolutely integrity and represented us very well to the Royals Hall of Fame. We're honored to have him with us.
Thank you, Mr. Glass. There is no better member of the Royals family to welcome Mike into the Royals Hall of Fame than our next speaker. Royals Hall of Famer, National Baseball Hall of Famer, number 5, George Brett.
Thank you, Ryan. You know, I had the honor of being part of many of these celebrations, and they are all very special celebrations to me.
but this one is a little bit different. Mike is the 18th player to be inducted into the Royals Hall of Fame, and for those first 16, I had the privilege of watching their careers here as a teammate. With Mike, I had the thrill of watching him as a fan like you. And it didn't always come easy for Mike. Mike debuted as a catcher. I remember seeing him in Wilmington. But that wasn't where he would stay. When catching was taken away, it really bothered Mike, and he wondered if his career might be over or if it was just the beginning. Royals manager Tony Muser told him to keep working and be ready for any opportunity that might come his way. Tony also suggested that Mike get a first baseman's glove. Mike did continue to work, got that first baseman's glove, and his opportunity came early in the 1999 season. After that, it all fell into place. He hit 322, 22 home runs, and 102 RBIs that season. And then got even better. The next year, he was an American League All-Star for the first of 5 times and set the Royal single-season record for RBIs in a season at 144. Simply put, he became one of the most feared and respected hitters in baseball, while also becoming one of the game's most liked and respected players. Mike was a great player during some tough times, but he always wore the Royal uniform with dignity and spirit. He was the captain and still is in his work with our minor league system right now. He is also Captain Hug. I was more used to shaking hands than I was hugging my teammates. But Mike believes in the power of a hug. And when he hugs you, you can tell he really means it. Everything about Mike is genuine. He treats everyone he meets as his brother or sister. And you can tell with his big family here, he had practiced to perfect that. So Mike, as a Royal fan, I want to say thank you for all you've done. And as a Mike Sweeney fan, I want to say you were a real joy to watch. Let's take a look at some of Mike's highlights.
Mike Sweeney, he's like a lot of great players where the stats only tell part of the story.
Mike Sweeney has been a big part of my career. Struggled a little bit at the beginning. He was the kind of guy that took me under his wing.
He's doing this for you guys. Alex, he's doing it because he believes in you.
He kind of showed me how to handle the game and how to play the game the right ways.
Come on, son, let's go. Hustle. Go walking, let's go.
Always a positive guy, always has a smile on his face, and just really knows how to pick everyone up.
Strong contributions to the organization from every single level, and there's very few people within the Kansas City Royals organization over the last 20 years that Mike Sweeney hasn't had a positive impact on.
In 1999, Mike Sweeney was the 3rd catcher in spring training with the Royals. And then out of the clear blue sky, Jeff King retires, and he was the Royals' first baseman. And they basically held an open tryout at the major league level in the middle of the season. Mike Sweeney and Jeremy Giambi. Mike had no experience at first base, but that was the beginning of an all-star career.
Sweeney able to knock it down. Ricky gets over. Out! Got him! Nice play by Mike Sweeney.
Became one of the best hitters in Royals history. He became one of the most dangerous hitters in the American League during his era. Nobody played harder and wanted to win more than Mike Sweeney did. I remember when he had a straight steal at home against the New York Yankees and Andy Pettit.
And a deflected steal and save. How about that?
There was this kid-like passion.
There's a drive deep left field. This one's gone. It's a 3-run homer for Sweeney.
Mike Sweeney with cannon shots.
He was the guy that you wanted at the plate with the game on the line.
Terry Adams 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball grounded sharply and past hit field to left field line. Royals have won it.
And the Royals Hall of Fame would not be complete without a picture of Mike Sweeney.
All right, Michael, I know you want to stand up, so stand up. If you'll join me, it's time to unveil your Royals Hall of Fame portrait. Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Please welcome the 26th member of the Royals Hall of Fame, Mike Sweeney.
September 30th of 2014, as the Royals prepared to play in their first playoff game in 29 years, I sat up in a suite behind home plate with George Brett, and I said, "George, today's a great day to be a Royal." George glared back at me with those royal blue eyes and said, "Mike, you're wrong. Every day is a great day to be a Royal." In August of 1996, it was an extra great day to be a Royal when I was introduced to the daughter of Royals coach Jim Nettles. "Charlene, the moment I met you, I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you. I love you more than anything, and I'm so glad that we can share this day together." To Royals coach Jim Nettles and his wife Carol, thank you for raising a godly woman who is as beautiful on the outside as she is on the inside. I am thankful to call the Nettles family my family, including Uncle Greg Nettles, who got punched in the head over there at third base by George Brett in the 1977 playoffs. To my 5 beautiful children, MJ, Makara, Donovan, Fiona, and Quinn, along with my Catholic Christian faith and your mother, you are the greatest blessings that God could ever bestow upon a man. When I was named the captain of the Kansas City Royals by George Brett, I felt like I had been given the keys to the kingdom by the king himself. I've been named the Royals captain and All-Star 5 times, and now a Royals Hall of Famer. But the greatest title of my life will always be your dad. To my amazing mother, Mom, you've always been the heart of our home, raising 8 children, 24 grandchildren. And I thank you for showing me what it means to truly love.
I may have gotten Dad's baseball talent, but I got your heart. To my dad, Dad, you have always been and you always will be my hero. As a young boy, I wanted to grow up to be just like you, so I rooted for these Angels because you played professionally for them. But you gave up your dream of being a big leaguer to drive a beer truck, to take care of Mom and us 8 children. I feel so blessed, Dad, that I got to live the big league dream that you never got to live. When you were diagnosed with esophageal cancer on New Year's Eve of this past year, my heart was shattered. Doctors tell me that you shouldn't even be alive today. But before you went in for that surgery, you told me, son, I promise I'll be at Kauffman Stadium on August 15th. Dad, thank you for keeping your promise. I couldn't imagine receiving the greatest baseball honor of my life without my hero by my side. To my brothers and sisters, I missed a lot of special moments in your lives while wearing this Royals uniform, including missing my brothers Richard and Timmy's wedding day. I knew my career has been a huge sacrifice on all of us, and I'm so grateful that you're here to share this day with me. I want to thank my high school baseball coach, Bob Beck, and my family and friends who traveled from all over the country to be here today. I love you all. As a 15-year-old sophomore at Ontario High School, I remember a man wearing a powder blue sports coat showing up to scout a game of mine at Bonita High School. I had the game of my life, and afterwards got to meet the man I now refer to as the godfather of the Kansas City Royals, Royals Hall of Famer, Art Stewart. I felt like I had met Babe Ruth, the Pope, and my long-lost grandpa all at the same time. 2 years later, I got a phone call from this great man that made my heart skip a beat. I picked up the phone, and the familiar voice said this: Mike Sweeney, this is Art Stewart of the Kansas City Royals calling to let you know that we selected you in the 10th round of the 1991 draft. We hope that you will become a part of the Royals family. The next day, I signed a contract to become a Kansas City Royal, and I thank you, Art, for taking a chance on me. While playing in the minor leagues, coaches like Mike Jerschley, Tom Bertmeyer, and Joe Jones impacted me greatly. But I owe my entire career to former Royals coach John Miserock. Rock ingrained in me what it would take to become a big leaguer. Hard work, and hard work. Rock demanded 3 things of me. Number 1, work harder than anyone else on the planet. Number 2, expect greatness. And number 3, failure is never an option. I was playing for Rock in Wilmington, Delaware on September 4th of 1995 when I got the news that my childhood dreams were going to come true and I was getting called up to the big leagues and I was going to be a Kansas City Royal. I couldn't have picked a better man to give me the greatest news of my life. During my 13 years in Kansas City, my teammates were all like brothers to me. As a rookie, I was blessed to play with the greatest mentors ever in Mike McFarland and Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery. Monty, recording that last out at first base for your 300 save is still one of the greatest moments of my career. I had some amazing moments here in Kansas City, including current Royals Alex Gordon and Luco Chaber, as well as Angel David De Jesus. But the one teammate who was with me through it all was number 16, the Joker, Joe Randa. On May 16th of 2001, I witnessed Joe Randa hit a walk-off grand slam right here on the anniversary of his mother's death. And that moment still brings tears to my eyes. Joey, I love you for life. I would like to thank the entire Glass family, David and Ruth, Dan and Penny, Dayton Moore, and JJ Piccolo for allowing me to be a member of the royal family. Your commitment to greatness has transformed this entire organization. You have built the Kansas City Royals into the pride of the Midwest and the greatest franchise in all of Major League Baseball. To my peers up there in the booth, in baseball operations and scouting, because of you, Dayton, and the Glass family, we have championship baseball back in Kansas City. I would like to thank the Hall of Fame Selection Committee and the Royals Hall of Famers who found me worthy of this great honor. It's humbling to join an elite group of legends that make up the greatest Royals of all time. Who would have thought that a backup catcher in 1999 who was given a 0% chance of being a Royal would someday be crowned a Royals Hall of Famer? Matthew 19:26 sums it up. For with God, all things are possible. My thanks to the amazing clubhouse staff led by Jeff Davenport and his assistant Patrick Gorman, to Royals Hall of Famer George Toma, Trevor, and the tireless grounds crew over there in those blue shirts, to Dick Cagle and the entire Kansas City media, our Kansas City Royals broadcast team, especially the two men who called every single one of my games as a Royal, Hall of Famer Denny Matthews and Futures Hall of Famer Ryan Lefevre. You guys are in the class of your own. To all of my trainers, coaches, and teammates, I get to stand up here today and be honored. But you are the one who made this day possible. To manager Ned Yost, Don Wakamatsu, this coaching staff, and these amazing players in the dugout, you took us all on the ride of our lives last October, and you are doing it again right now. The greatest moment of my career was not hitting a walk-off home run in front of these great fans, nor was it a straight steal at home versus the Yankees, nor was it my last professional at-bat, a line drive base hit in the 2010 playoffs off a 102-mile-an-hour fastball from Aroldis Chapman. The greatest moment of my career was watching you guys play World Series baseball in October of 2014. You great men in that dugout may not realize that every single man who has ever had the privilege to wear a Royals uniform, and every member of Royal Nation around the country who has ever cheered for the boys in blue is beaming with pride today because of you. We as fans are ecstatic about what you accomplished in October of 2014, but we're even more excited about what you're going to do in October of 2015. In conclusion, I would like to thank the great Royals fans everywhere. I was not able to bring a world championship to you as a player, but I never once cheated this game, and I gave you everything I had every single day. I am proud to celebrate this special day with you and the family that I love. I hope that my legacy as a Royal is more than what I did on this field. I hope I was able to represent the name on the front of that Royals jersey and give your children someone to look up to. I cherish every single moment as a Kansas City Royal, past, present, and future, because I am a Kansas City Royal for life. And George, you were right. Every day is a great day to be a Royal.